Look at that. That's that Terence Crawford shirt. That's that Terence Crawford shirt. Errol Spence banging the strap season, knocking on the last door. Terence Crawford is that last door. We're going to talk about it, the apparel, the drip in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel. You did. Now, Errol Spence went to a NASCAR event, and I believe the WBC had some type of affiliation with it. And Derek James said there's a first time for everything. So they're at the Texas Motor Speedway, and they were presented some kind of special commemorative WBC NASCAR belt. As you guys know, Errol Spence. Hey, stop that cat, man down. Strat season. Errol Spence is the WBC champion, has been the case since he defeated Shawn Porter in 2019, formerly known as the Staples Center, now called the Crypto.com Arena, home of Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba. But you guys will see in the thumbnail and in this video, Errol Spence, start that cap. He wearing a special shirt. That shirt is a strap season shirt, limited run, and he's knocking on all the doors, right? Errol Spence is knocking on the various doors of all the champions, and he's down to the last one. So, for starters, Errol Spence is owed a major apology in the world of boxing. Not by me, because I wasn't the one doing it, but there were a lot of fans and man fans, and they accused Errol Spence of being a sucker. They accused Errol Spence of hiding and running from Terence Crawford, right? A lot of the Bud Buddies. They said that Errol Spence, he's finding a way to duck. But I've maintained the same thing. Notice how in the world of boxing, me being as great as I am with this sport, I tell you the same thing and I just stand on it. 10 toes down. I stand on my square. I stand on business. Every time I hit you with these videos, I don't ever have to really change anything that I've been saying. So, you know, that's the greatness that you guys get with my channel. In the last 30 days, you see, I looked at my YouTube analytics and it showed me 50% of the people that watch my content for free subscribed. Other 50% did not. I don't know why, but that goes a long way as full-time content creators. Really, it's not just for me, it's for the channel and the channel growth and future boxing fans. There's a lot of people who search these platforms like YouTube and they're looking for boxing content. You can help direct them by doing a simple like, subscribing, and giving those engagement signs to YouTube. Errol Spence is definitely owed an apology by some because you truly had people advocating in the sport of boxing that Errol Spence was afraid. And to me, that whole narrative really didn't make sense because how would one be afraid, but they're getting in a vicious car accident, which they get thrown on asphalt, thrown on concrete, ejected from a whip at high speeds, a sports car, right? And they get off the ground like 50 Cent and then come back and tear up the industry, their respective industry. You guys remember 50 Cent got shot up 9 times, and I know shooting is different than a car accident, but it's the pain that you go through, the suffering, the rehab, the physical therapy, that is exactly the same. You know, you're going through, when 50 Cent got shot 9 times, NYPD, LAPD, when that's on, that's who you get, huh? NYPD, that's your mother click, huh? Hey, something special, man. You gotta do something, baby. So when Errol, he was in the car and the car flipped, man, he got back up. And this same guy, he showed you his character, if nothing else, multiple times in recent years. Like if there were ever any doubts, he shut up all those doubts when he hopped up out that whip in that situation, ate the charges or what, you know, whatever fines or whatever is associated with that. I don't know if he's still going through it, but he dealt with that. Had to get a new car, had to put his family through that, and, you know, physically had to go through physical therapy. He had to listen to insults. I remember at this time, see, I've been covering boxing for a while. That's why you can't send a wolf in sheep's clothing and expect me not to spot him. You just can't do that. You can't pull the wool over my eyes because I've been here. I've been there. I'm everywhere. You ain't never there, right? So I remember distinctly, promoter of Top Rank, founder, Bob Arum says he has on good authority that Errol Spence Jr. it's over, you know, or he's not coming back for a while, for the foreseeable future. And there was even rumors out at that time that Errol Spence, his boxing career was done, you know, that Errol Spence wasn't going to be able to walk anymore. And he, you know, basically he's paralyzed or his back is broken. I broke my back, it's spinal. You know, we were hearing all these lies and rumors. They weren't going to the source. They were speculating and, you know, telling what they thought. Then you had even Terence Crawford's team. They kept calling and revisiting and saying, oh, Errol's an alcoholic. Errol Spence car accident. They kept like throwing it in his face. And some of the nastier fans were saying things like that. Errol Spence defied all those things, came back and fought a Danny Garcia, a dangerous top 5 guy in welterweight division at the time. And he bounced back like nobody's business. And he put a beating on Danny Garcia, in my opinion, worse than most guys. Probably the worst Danny Garcia, because even Lamont Peterson, I think Lamont Peterson tattooed Danny's face up and looked good, but he also was like moving a lot and not engaging for the first 5-6 rounds. Errol Spence was getting busy in the first 5-6 rounds. So it's a completely different fight. I thought Danny Garcia lost the Mauricio Herrera fight, but completely different style. Herrera's not a brute force, punishing, you know, paralyzing with his power shots kind of guy. He really just used the jab and outboxed Danny Garcia in Puerto Rico. Errol Spence had a physical fight, and it was a physical beatdown. And that's something different. We, to this point of me recording the video, don't even know when Danny Garcia is coming back. So you see, when Errol Spence tend to fight guys, it's like guys have to have a long sabbatical and a long rest like Ugas. I would be surprised if Ugas even come back at this year. And if he does come back this year, I think it would probably be November, December, or he's coming back in 2023. So Errol Spence, people aren't giving him his just due credit. Now, if that wasn't enough, Errol Spence, for those who are new to boxing or don't know the full story, the car accident, the Danny Garcia, he got past those fights, right? Just the fact that Errol Spence was willing to chance it shows me what type of character we're dealing with. Because look at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez loses to Bivol, doesn't rematch Bivol, and decides to fight a 40-year-old Triple G that he already beat in 2019 or so, whenever they last fought on HBO. And Triple G's regressing clearly. So that shows character. Errol Spence flew out of a car and people say, hey, you're tripping. Take a tune-up. What are you doing? You're foolish. You're a fool, man. Think about your family. You need to take a soft touch. And he said, Danny Garcia is my tune-up. And fought Danny Garcia. Said, man down, and kept pushing and beat Danny Garcia. Like I said, worse than anybody. Then he got the fight of a lifetime that he'd been calling out for several years, definitely since the Mikey Garcia fight, which I was there ringside. And after he beat down Mikey Garcia, I see something, right? After Mikey Garcia allegedly seen something and he beat him down, Pacquiao got in the ring acting like he wanted to fight. And it wasn't until Errol got in a car accident that Pacquiao actually said yes. I believe the people of Texas, we will fight with Errol. And then they never fought until after the car accident. And if you listen to Manny Pacquiao's team at the time, after the fight was announced, they kept saying Errol ain't the same since the car accident. So that really shows me that you thought Errol was more vulnerable after the car accident. Errol Spence wasn't bothered with none of that. And Errol Spence, what did he do? Sign on to fight Pacquiao. And the doctors pulled him from the fight saying your eye is in no condition to fight anybody. You need immediate medical attention and surgery. And a lifelong dream right then and there was dashed. Errol Spence pulled out, had to withdraw. And Ugas went on and beat Pacquiao into retirement. And then Errol just beat the hell out of Ugas and turned him into a Cyclops. So I said all that to give you the chronological, factual order of what we're dealing with. So Crawford and his fans saying Errol Spence is chicken and ducking, it didn't make sense. This is literally what he's been doing the last couple years. Crawford on Top Rank, they haven't been able to get the bigger fights. Certainly the fights that people thought most guys had an even chance to beat. Crawford was the favorite for all those fights. So how are we going to say the guy that done the heavier lifting is the one that's scared? Makes no sense. So to me, this is a cryptic message that he keep wearing this shirt and he's done everything he said he's going to do. Boom, subscribe. Introducing Super thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube, Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.